Ranbir, what are your political views? Do you believe actors should fearlessly espouse and voice their political views?
Absolutely. I think there has to be some form of freedom of speech. If through my movie, if I'm trying to express something, if I'm stopped, then like Prakash Jha said, how will we move forward? This is of course a hindrance, to a movie like Raajneeti. But Raajneeti is just a movie. It's a movie, it's an entertaining film, it's a family saga. It's not his political view on something. He's not trying to make a statement, not trying to belittle anyone, not trying to put anyone down. It's just a fictional movie derived from the Mahabharata, which just coincidental that Katrina looks a bit like Sonia Gandhi ji.
No, but my question is this. In the US, we've seen so many Hollywood stars have very strong political views. In India, there seems to be, Katrina, a reluctance. Why is there this reluctance amongst the...
I think fear. I think there is a sense of fear that has been set, amongst people. That people are scared of expose, people are scared of somebody saying a wrong thing, like I was mentioning earlier, an image or a perception. So I think there is a sense of fear that has been set in this country, and I'm not talking about a particular party. I'm not saying that everyone is, my generation is, but I think there is hope that people will stand up. Someone just has to stand up, someone has to make that statement, and I think that's just going to take the train forward.
Katrina, do you agree that Bollywood stars are fearful of politicians and therefore prefer to keep quiet than to voice their political views even if they believe in something very strongly?
I think it is a little bit of a concern. I think people are afraid of the repercussions sometimes in certain cases, and rightly so, because nobody wants their film to be stopped from release. Nobody wants to lose all that money they put into a film. Most actors nowadays are also producers. They don't want to encounter any problems. So I can understand people being cautious, and I'm sure that's a valid concern.
Okay, but that's the point that we were talking about. The point about film stars being so wary that even on issues like regionalism, about people being targeted, migrants being targeted, about the entire MNIK controversy, there were lots of Bollywood stars who preferred to stay silent. Do you not think that through Raajneeti, because now we're seeing filmmakers make films on politics, there should be a greater voicing of whatever your views on, for example, the MNIK controversy were? Why did so many Bollywood stars stay silent?
According to my knowledge, so many big stars whose voices and opinions matter didn't stay silent. I know a lot of people commented. I think Amir Khan commented, Salman Khan commented. I myself did not comment, but I think I have other reasons because my mom is also from Britain. I have a dual passport, so there are other issues in that sense, which I agree. You are tentative. You are a little bit afraid of the repercussions. And honestly, I think unless you really feel strongly about a matter, why do you want to take up that fight? If you feel strongly about it, you must take it up.
Okay. Did you feel strongly about this?
No, I don't think anybody asked for my comment. I was away from the country for 3 months. I was in America, and when this thing happened, so nobody asked for my comment. But if somebody had asked me, I wouldn't like to say no comment. I would definitely say what's happening is wrong, because something similar did happen to my movie in a smaller way. A film like Wake Up said, and we used the word Bombay and the so-called.
But there was a complete subjugation at that time. You caved in. Do you think that's the way forward, or has Bollywood learned a lesson there?
But tell me, what would you do? You are alone, you are exposed, you are out there on the street, and you have these hoodlums coming and kicking and tearing up, throwing bottles at you. Okay, what would you do? The state doesn't come to protect you.
You can't give fear to audience who go to a theatre.
If you instill the fear of, my personal safety, what would I do?
There is a vindictive politics that this country has been witnessing since its independence, and there is a long history of vindictiveness when it comes to saying anything or speaking your mind in this country. So definitely we are scared. We are powerless, powerful people. There is nobody to save us. The state doesn't come to our rescue when these hoodlums start throwing bottles or tearing posters or throwing bottles in somebody's campus.
Let me get Manvinder to respond to that. Yeah, please.